Hey guys, I am filming a sort of impromptu vlog tonight, and I lost my tripod, so I'm gonna walk around and show you the space as I talk. But I am in my 4th week here, and I definitely feel like things are getting increasingly magical. Today we did another act of psychomagic, and essentially I had this idea last week of filming this experimental film, which I did with my friend, about optionality and decision making and erring on one side or another and choosing a path and whatnot. And it had all kinds of shots in it, including like running through a field, like searching through hallways and whatnot. But one of the scenes I wanted to do was a live burial, and I wanted to have these 3 shots of the soil covering his face over time. We didn't actually end up doing that because we ran out of time and space and whatnot, but the idea spread, and the community here is such that like another girl really caught onto this idea, and I was really excited about it, and she wanted to turn it into like an act of psychomagic about her transformation. And so I think without both of our enthusiasms, it wouldn't have happened. But today we buried her alive, and we filmed it, and it was more of like a burial than I expected, in the sense that she like gave a little speech and I read a poem and we sang a song and we buried her. And it was very cold out, so I was a little bit concerned about like her being too cold. But yeah, it was my first time trying something like that. I honestly, some of the inspiration came from my dinner with Andre, where they bury people alive and then run them back to like a dinner party. We did something similar. But and I'm sure it was like so psychedelic to be buried like that. But it feels like all of my creative dreams are kind of coming to life here and taking form and becoming possible with this group of people that are so willing to give their talents and riff and give of themselves to create something together. And it's really lovely. And like the space, this chateau, the nature around, like these trees that are like flowers, the way the paths are lined with insane magical objects. Like we just found this rock on the path and it's like insane, you know, like what? And it's got like this translucent middle portion, and all the rocks have this yeah, it feels like there is some dense pocket of magic and creative power stored here that I get to play with, and it's incredible. So yeah, today I'm feeling very grateful for just the way that like everything is coming to life. And I am proud of myself for like pushing up against my edge and like contributing where as much as I can. I think I can always do more, but like as far as I've gone and continue to do, I'll just do more and more reps. And each time it's like exposure therapy. So I'm very much engaged in like some kind of exposure therapy where I introduce my creativity to the world, and it's never perfect, and I'm never going to be like, I don't think I'll ever feel like, and maybe I will at some point, but like so far, like it feels I always want more at the end. Like I'm like, oh, like I could have done this better or that better. And that's cool. I think like that's fine. Probably my standards just continue raising, but today was extremely trippy, and it was trippy after an already trippy weekend last weekend. So yeah, and I'm almost like getting myself used to this feeling of edginess, of like vulnerability, of introducing some creative idea to the world and seeing how it reacts, and experiencing that moment of like, wow, like I don't know if I can pull this off, and feeling that abyss or that vastness of I could fall here. It's like you take a leap, and there are these long, drawn out moments where you're suspended in air and you're like, wow, like, am I going to make it? I don't know. And during those long moments of being suspended, I can feel very viscerally like this social ambiguity as well in whether or not um, it will, like, they don't know if it's going to be cool or or something they want to like look away from, you know, like, and so no one really knows. And so I'm just going to continue making these leaps, and it feels nice and similar to when I started hosting, that there's like these reps you can do. And when you think about these endeavors as reps, that it actually takes pressure off of each individual endeavor or each leap, because let's say I fall flat and land in the mud, it's a lot less pressure if I'm making a bunch of leaps, and like sometimes I'm succeeding and sometimes I'm not. But yeah, today was very cool. I have never buried anyone alive before, and this was a live burial, and yeah. And it was filmed, and it looks beautiful and aesthetic, and I'm just like so excited to see how it all comes together. So that's it for today. See you guys.